Hello everyone, I'm looking a little rough. Um, I have been going through a lot recently, and I've learned a lot recently, really is what it is. And I always have to share what I feel like is significant for me. So I don't want to share any of my trauma or anything that happens in that kind of way, but I would love to share what I learned from it, in the hopes that it can be used in the same way that I'm going to use it. It can be used by you. And so most recently, I have discovered the power of choice and how it's, I think, one of the greatest powers that we have mentally is the choice of how to look at something, the choice of how to feel about something. And I mean, this came to me it always does, it came to me exactly when I needed it. So I'm learning that you can choose to love everything. You can choose love. And for so long, we have habitually labeled everything as it happens. And then when it comes back, we stick with those labels. So if someone made you angry, and then so you have a memory of it the next day, the anger comes back. The anger comes back with the memory. And I'm learning now that you can choose when something pops up in your head as a memory, or whenever something happens in real life, which seems more difficult to sometimes, but when something pops up in your head, that's the memory of an angry thing, and there's anger there, you can stop for a moment, and you can choose to just feel love about it. And that doesn't mean that you have to approve, or that you aren't, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have to, you don't have to go anywhere with it. You don't have anything to prove, especially if you're just thinking to yourself, Like if you're just sitting here like with angry thoughts, it's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't have to take it anywhere. I feel like a lot of people feel like, oh, well, I can't make myself feel love over this thing that I'm so angry about. But I mean, drop the anger for a second and stop associating whatever it is with anger. It's because you associated in the moment, like you associated when it happened, anger. And then so every time the memory comes back, there's anger. And I'm telling you that it's possible to choose to feel love when the memory comes back. And when you choose love when the memory comes back, when it comes back, you'll start feeling more, you'll feel love, and it won't hold so much attachment to it, and naturally it'll go away. Like if you choose to keep being angry with it, it may take longer to go away, whereas if you feel love, it'll just fall off by itself. You don't have any reason to keep it. You don't have any reason to look at it anymore. You can just feel love. So I've noticed in my life lots of times, with memories and such, where I have them come back and I feel like regret over past decisions, or anger, or jealousy, or sadness, or anything like that. And I am realizing more and more that we have this power of choice, So every time anything presents itself to you, you can choose to just feel love. And it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't stop. I feel like we always take it a step further, like, well, that means that I like it, or something like that. And that's not at all what I'm getting at. I'm saying that you like to feel happy. And if you have a choice to feel happy, you should do so. A lot of times I feel that we don't realize that we do have a choice. So I wanted to make this video because this has been so significant for me recently, and I've probably said it before. I know I've heard it before, but it hit me deeper than it ever has today, that I can just choose to feel love. And you can take it outside of memories. Like I said, in a real life situation, you know, if you have like, let's say with siblings or parents or things like that, where they just do little things that get on your nerves, like that, you know, that would make you angry normally, instead of defaultly going to the anger, or when you see that you're labeling it, like you're just saying it's a bad thing. It's not even that in itself it is bad. It's your judgment and your application of labels and feelings that makes it bad. So if you, when you notice it, go ahead and just feel love, you know, and a lot of times, like, you might empathize with what they're doing. You might see a whole new side of it than you've ever seen before. You might just feel compassion. You might realize that the whole time it never really even bothered you. It was just you saying some stuff. So I think it's worth looking into. I think it's worth trying. And I'm just happy to share it with you. So I love you guys. I hope you're all doing swell. And yeah, bye.